Good morning, students. I am Professor Arvind Mudebhar from the Department of Mechanical Engineering. I welcome you to the design lab, and now we are going to start with the experiment Porter Governor. So the Porter Governor, the aim of the experiment is to plot the graph of force versus radius of rotation and speed versus slew displacement. And here we should know, before the start of the experiment, we should know what is the governor and how it works. So governor is a device which is used to control the speed of the engine or any motor, okay, by regulating the fuel. So here, as the engine speed increases, so the fuel supply will be increased, and as the speed decreases, to increase the speed, the fuel supply will be increased. To reduce the speed, the fuel supply will be decreased. So to regulate the speed of the engine, the governors are used. So here we are doing the Porter governor. In this Porter governor, these are the observations. So here we have, first one is length of each link. These observations will study in the experimental setup only. Later I will come to this part of the experiment. So as in the observation, we require the length of each link. Okay. So these are the links what we are talking about. To measure the length of each link, okay, this is how we have to measure with the help of a measuring tape. Distance between these 2 points we have to measure, and it is observed that it is 125 mm. Okay, so this is the length of each link. Okay, next we need to find out what is the initial radius of rotation. To find the initial radius of rotation, we have to measure distance between these two. Okay, so this is around 264 mm is there. Okay, around 268 mm is there. So this is the initial radius of rotation. Okay, next we need to find the initial height of the governor. Okay, for that we have some calculation to be considered. Okay, for that again we require distance between these two. Okay, we have to measure the distance between these two. Okay, so this is about 100 mm what we have. Okay, so this distance we have measured. We measure the initial radius of rotation, and we measure the length of each link. Okay, so these are the few parameters which is required for the further calculation. Okay, so here we have put the load, okay, on this Porter governor. So this is called as the central loads. Okay, this is the axis of the Porter governor. Now the setup is on. Okay, this is the on off indicator knob. So now it is on. Here you can see the speed of the governor. Now it is at 0 in the rest position, so it is showing 0 rpm. So this is the motor speed controller. Here we can increase the speed of the governor, and as the governor speed increases, the centrifugal force, okay, because of that the governor is going to lift the arm. So that slew displacement can be measured in this scale. Okay, over this we have a red line over this. Okay, as the speed of the motor increases, the sleeve is going to rise slowly, and the radius of rotation is going to increase. Here you can see, as the speed increases, you can see in the indicator also speed increases, the sleeve also rises, and that increase in the sleeve height can be measured using this scale. So now we have to match this red line with the scale which is given at the back side. So it is for some speed of say 171 or 170 rpm. Okay, it is showing 30. About 30 mm of the displacement. Okay, by changing the speed we are going to note down the readings as the slew displacement. Okay, we have to note down what is rpm, and we have to note down what is the slew displacement. Okay, so this is how we need to conduct the experiment, and later on we will talk about the calculation part. So initially we write this slew to from 0 to 10 mm. Okay, and for that height, what is the speed that we are going to note down. Okay, now you can see that we are slowly increasing the speed. Now the sleeve is at 10 mm. So what is the RPM it is showing? Say about 157 RPM it is showing. Okay, slowly we are going to increase the speed so that the sleeve rises to 20 mm. Okay, now the sleeve is at 20 mm. The RPM we are going to note down. Now it is 68 mm. Similarly, we are going to do it for 30, 40 and 50 mm. For this, respective speed will be noted down. So that is the speed versus the sleeve displacement will be noted down. So this is how we need to conduct the experiment. Okay. We start from the observation. As the length of each link, we measured it as 125 mm. Next, I will come to this later. Next, we have an initial radius of rotation. We measured the distance between the two balls. Okay, so that distance is 268 mm. So we take half of that as a radius of rotation. So if this is the axis of the spindle, that is governor, so this distance we take it as a 134 mm, half of that total measurement. Next we have mass of each ball. Okay, so we had attached the mass to the porter governor, so that mass of each ball is 0.7 kg. On each side it is going to be 0.7 kg. So this radius of rotation is 134 mm. Okay, and we had measured the distance between two links, so it was 100 mm. So if I consider the center distance, it will be 50 mm. Now I need to find this initial height of governor. So that is called as the initial height of the governor. So this height is called as the initial height of the governor. Okay, so we use the Pythagoras theorem to find this initial height of the governor. We know length of each link is 125 mm. So this is L is equal to 125 mm. Okay, next we have this radius of initial radius of rotation as 134. So if I subtract this 50, I will get this length. So 134 minus 50 will get 84. So this length is 84 mm. So using the Pythagoras theorem, so h naught, that is the initial height of the governor, is equal to root of 125 square minus 84 square. So it will be 92.56 mm. So this is the initial height of the governor, 92.56 mm. So next we will come to the observation table. So in the observation table we have sleeve displacement and speed of the governor. So for each sleeve displacement of 10, 20 mm, 30 mm, 40 mm, 50 mm, 60 mm, we note down the respective speed. At 10 mm sleeve displacement, what is the speed? So it was the speed 165 rpm. At 20 mm displacement, what is the speed? It was 173 rpm. At 30 mm sleeve displacement, what is the speed? It was 180 rpm. So this is how we note down it for 40, 50, 60. We note down the respective speed. So at the 60 mm of the sleeve displacement, at the end it was 202 was the rpm. Okay, next we'll see the calculation for the first reading. Okay, and students has to repeat the calculation for the remaining readings. Okay, first I will consider the reading for the first one. So first comes the height of the governor, small h. So height of the governor, small h, is given by h naught minus x by 2. What is x? X is the displacement. And what is h naught? H naught is the initial height of the governor. So initial height of the governor is 92.56. Displacement for the 10 mm, it is 10 by 2. So we get height of the governor as 87.56 millimeter. Next we have angle of inclination alpha. For that we have cos alpha is equal to h by l. Therefore L1 indicates for the first reading. Okay, so alpha 1 is equal to cos inverse of h by l. So what is h? Height of the governor, that is 87.56 mm. L is the length of each link, that is 125 mm. So we get alpha 1 as 45.56. Next we have radius of rotation, which is given by r is equal to 50 plus L sin alpha. We are doing it for the first reading, therefore r1 is equal to 50 plus 1 L is the length of link. So 125 sin of alpha is 45.53. So we get radius of rotation r1 as 139.20 millimeter. So convert into meter, so it is 139.20 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter. Next we have angular velocity omega is equal to 2 pi n by 60. So for 10 mm displacement, what was the speed? That speed we have to note down. For 10 mm displacement, it was a 165 rpm. So 165 rpm need to be right here. So it will give 17.27 radian per second as the angular velocity. Next we have centrifugal force. So centrifugal force is m omega square into r. FC1 indicates for the first reading. So mass on each ball is, on each side is 0.7 kg. So it is 0.7 into angular velocity 17.27 square into radius of rotation in terms of meter, 139.20 into 10 raised to minus 3. By substituting this, we get centrifugal force as 29.06 Newton. So this is the calculation for the first reading. So you repeat the calculation for the remaining readings and calculate the what is the centrifugal force at a different RPM. So this is the result table, serial number 1, and first we have initial height of the governor, that is calculated here, h 87.56. Next we have angle of inclination alpha, which is 45.53. Next we have radius of rotation r1, that is 139.20 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter. Next we have angular velocity 17.27. Next we have a centrifugal force as 29.06 Newton. So this is the result table which is written for the first reading. Okay, you have to repeat it for the remaining readings and do the calculation. Okay, after calculation we need to plot the graph for force versus radius of rotation and speed versus slew displacement. Okay, so here we have a centrifugal force versus radius of rotation. On the x-axis you have to plot for a radius of rotation, and on y-axis we have to plot for the centrifugal force. So this will be the nature of graph. Okay, and next we have the another graph which is the speed versus slew displacement. We need to plot the speed on the x-axis and the displacement on the y-axis, and we'll find the nature of graph. Okay, so these two plot you need to plot on the graph sheet. This completes the experiment of a Porter-Gower. Thank you.